the video.
พีทไอพีทกูขอโทษกูรักมึงพีท
มึงพูดอะไรนะ
กูขอโทษ
แล้วไงต่อ
แค่นั้นแหละ
โกหกกูแล้วนะ
มึงได้ยินมึงจะถามทำไมเนี่ย
กูไม่ได้ยิน
มึงไม่ได้ยินเหรอมึงไม่ได้ยินใช่ไหมได้กูรักมึงพีท
มึงไม่กลัวกล้องวงจรปิดหรอ
มึงไร้ประกาศคนทั้งประเทศขนาดนั้นนะที่ไม่อายจะอายแล้ว
The trilogy of Kiss the series is definitely one of my favorites in every BL series, although the first and second installment of this weren't a full-blown BL. I already love the kissing scenes in Kiss Me Again the series, but I didn't expect that Pete and Cow would take their affection with one another to a much higher level. The underwater kissing scene that took place in the episode 12 of Dark Blue Kiss the series was one of the most beautiful scenes I saw in a BL. The conflict between Pete and Cow before that episode was built up well, so an underwater kiss wasn't expected by many. We saw how Cow was so happy when he ran from their house going to see his beloved boyfriend Pete. Cow wasn't afraid to show his love for Pete after the latter broadcasted his love for Cow. The execution of the kissing scene was truly remarkable.
แต่ถ้ายังไม่เป็นแฟนกันพี่ก็ยังมีสิทธิ์นะ
พี่รู้ได้ยังไงครับว่ายังไม่ได้เป็น
เดี๋ยวส่งให้พี่ดูเมื่อเช้าก่อนเรามาคณะแป๊บเดียวพามทำอะไรของเราเนี่ย
Every time looking at the blue sky You're all my sunshine เธออยู่ตรงนี้ไม่เคยห่างไปไหน
One thing that I really love in Until We Meet Again the series is the sincerity of the characters with their loved ones. In the episode 6 of the series, we saw how Dean cornered Farm by showing him the clip of what he did to Alex when he rejected him up front. The face of Farm being so shy and couldn't even take a look at Dean was one of the cutest in this scene. Dean made it sure that Farm would eventually said what he really felt for the former. He wanted to hear from Farm that Dean was the only one he loved. It was an amazing build-up of scenes that led to their first kissing scene in the series. As you might tell, their kissing scene was so much passionate and sincere. It radiated love and affection for one another, indicating that they belong only for each other. I also liked how Farm was so shy after their kissing scene because he stayed true to his character of being reserved.
Sanu.
งั้นถ้ามึงสนุกมึงก็เล่นต่อไปเถอะ
งั้นกูนอนแล้วนะ
อันนี้นะ
We already know that when it comes to the topic of the best kissing scenes, Fun Type can't be forgotten. Fun Type the series is definitely one of the hottest kissing scenes that you can watch in a BL drama. Gone are the days of those BL that we could barely see the couple being intimate with one another. The society changes over time and the producers are taking the BL industry to a whole next level when it comes to the openness of the characters. I chose the kissing scene in the last few moments on episode 6 because it screams romantically over 100 times. Don't get me wrong, I love every kissing scene in Fun Type the series, but this scene is so peaceful and simple yet so powerful. The way Type touched the hair of Thon while the latter was so much stress in his paperworks was definitely passionate. When Type reached for Thon's head to kiss him, I felt giddy. That goes to show that Thon and Type weren't only after for each other's body but also their hearts.
ถ้าปาฏิหาริย์มีจริงผมอยากกอดคนที่ผมรักสักครั้ง
นี่เรื่องจริงใช่ไหม
ใช่พี่ เราสัมผัสกันได้จริง
จะเอาวันเวลานี้ รักเธอสุดหัวจากวันนี้จนถึงนาทีข้างในจากสุดหัวใจ
One of the most precious scenes I have watched in a BL is the kissing scene between Thun and Met. As they were having talking and asking one another, I felt the overflowing emotions of both the characters. I already said this, but I would like to repeat this again. Ohm and Singto really did their best in this scene. You could certainly feel how they wanted to stay with one another for a much longer time, but they couldn't do anything because they thought that destiny had already decided. Thun saying that they could have confessed their true feelings for each other sooner so they could have been happy since the beginning, but Met disagreed because for him, their time was already worth it. Because of the strong feelings within them and their powerful wish, Thun could touch Met, and that led to their kissing scene. The background music added another layer of depth to their already deep feelings. I can say that this scene was one of the purest kissing scenes that happened in a BL drama.
ผมจะอธิษฐานว่าให้พี่อาทิตย์บอกรักผมทุกวัน
บ้า
ผมรักคุณ พูดอีกครั้งสิครับ
ไม่เอาแล้ว พอเลย เดี๋ยวบอกบ่อยๆเดี๋ยวเบื่อเดี๋ยวคุณก็ไม่เชื่อผมอ่ะ แต่ต่อให้จะบอกหรือไม่ได้บอกเนี่ย ผมก็รักคุณอยู่ดีนั่นแหละ
ครั้งนี้ผมไม่ให้หนีแล้วนะครับ
Sotus and Sotus S may be known as one of the few series that hardly had any kissing scene in the entire series. As it is one of the early BL dramas that was made, the characters were still wholesome and innocent. But the beach scene in Sotus S, the series that happened in episode 9, was truly romantic. The time they reminisced their moments when they were still in the university. It was a realization for the audiences on how long their journey already is as a couple. The clear sky full of stars and the sound coming from the waves of the ocean really made the scene so perfect for them. I also love the moment when a shooting star appeared and Kong wished if he could have Arthid say the words "I love you" to him every day, and Arthid fulfilled it by saying "I love you." The kissing scene made it a complete recipe for that episode, as they recognized their feelings even though time had already changed and the people around them were not the same anymore.
ฉันเฝ้าเดินทางจะมีความทิ้งคอยกำลังหลงทางจนวันที่มีเปิดไปดินแดนสั่นแบบนี้เธอทำให้ฉันรู้เป็นอย่างไรลับลาไปยังมีมากมาย
I would never forget when Love by Chance the series officially aired and all I did every episode was to scream and to get giddy. I truly love the softness of Pete and the character of Ae as the knight and shining armor of the former. I adore every scene of them and I also love every kissing scene of Ae and Pete, but the most unforgettable for me was the car scene that happened in episode 4. In this part alone, they managed to have a total of 3 kissing scenes. The first one was accidentally. The second one was when Ae kissed Pete to make the latter feel that Ae loved him more than a friend. And the third one was when Ae asked Pete if he could kiss him again. The confusion on Ae's head made them push to initiate a kiss. You might think that it was just a simple scene, but it was actually where they realized that they love each other.
1 2 3 10 9 8 7 6 5 4
อยู่ข้างนั้นแต่ต้องเอาไว้หัวใจแม้กลัวว่าจะผิด
Aside from Thun type, Why Are You the series would definitely come to your mind if we talk about one of the hottest kissing scenes. Fighter and Tutor had a great set of kissing scenes in this series, but the scene I chose was the rooftop scene in episode 7. Although they were not still being open with their feelings for one another, their movements and presence radiated their love. It was evident that Fighter cares for Tutor and the latter had always has a feelings for the former. The theory of tutor was also the turning point wherein they could no longer hold their feelings for themselves and they sealed it with an intimate kiss. The scene was just as passionate as the others in this list because all it has was purity.
เป็นไงหายเจ็บแล้วป่ะหายเจ็บแล้วใช่ไหมซนคนเก่ง
ขอบคุณนะไอ้สาย ทำไมมึงใจดีกับกูจัง
ก็มึงได้ใจกูไปแล้วไง
ไม่คนรักกันเธอคนนี้มันใจออกเลย
If we would talk about the hottest kissing scene of Cypher and Zorn, that would be the final episode of the series, but I think the best kissing scene they had was in episode 8, when they already surpassed the challenge of performing in a big crowd, especially for Zorn. That's when they really got comfortable with one another. We always saw how Cypher assured Zorn that he could do it and he never left the latter in the midst of a great challenge. Zorn began to trust Cypher and later on, he fell in love with him. Their kissing scene was actually a precious one because of their 3 kisses. The first one was when Cypher kissed the forehead of Zorn, showing that he respects him and Zorn is special to him. The second one was when Zorn kissed Cypher on his nose to make the latter feel loved by the former. And the last one was when they really go further and assuring the two of them that they really love each other.
กูอึดอัดไง
เพราะผม
เพราะมึงทำให้กูรู้สึกดีไงกูเลยอึดอัดมึงรู้ปะกูต้องข่มใจขนาดไหนเวลาอยู่ใกล้มึงอะแม่งโคตรอึดอัดเลยนะเว้ยกูเลยคอยไม่อยู่ห่างกูไงกูได้ไม่ทรมานอะเนี่ยเหตุผลกูบอกมึงหมดแล้วพอใจมึงยังอะพอใจมึงยังอะบอกว่ารัก
If there was one thing that made me speechless and nervous at the same time was the tense scene of Ram and King in My Engineer the series. All of a sudden, King began to distance himself away from Ram, leaving the audiences of this series clueless what happened to their closeness. Prior to the finale episode of My Engineer, one of the actors revealed that a couple in the series would have a sad ending, and when the tense scene happened, we thought that it was going to be Ram King. Technically, they weren't still a couple yet in the season 1, but given all of their closeness, we couldn't help to think that they are really a great match. With all of the confusions going on King's head, he didn't know how he could handle his feelings for Ram. He was frustrated for the fact that Ram makes him feel good all the time. Their kiss was a surprise and their emotions kept on rising. That scene was passionate and a bit confusing for me in terms of what emotion should I feel on that one. Nevertheless, their kiss scene is one of the best that happened in 2020.
ตอนนี้ปิดกล้องละไม่มีใครเห็นเราแล้วจูบเลยไหม
ไม่อะเดี๋ยวไปอาบน้ำเหนียวตัว
ไม่ให้ไปกูจะไม่ให้มึงไปไหนทั้งนั้นจนกว่ากูจะได้จูบมึงก่อน มึงไม่รอดแน่นะ
Theory of Love the series was full of heartbreaking scenes in each and every episode. I couldn't think of so much cheerful moments between the two leads because all it caused me was pain and sadness. But every love story has its ups and downs, and that includes Kai and Third's love story too. When they have cleared their trust issues, the growth and development of their relationship progressed, although it only happened in the very last episode. The two got mature in terms of themselves as a person and also as a lover. The very last moments of this series got a couple of kisses. First was when they left the live video recording of themselves while kissing one another. That first kiss was considered as a passionate one. Second was when they turned off the live video and proceeded with them being lovebirds. The second one was my favorite because it was real and authentic. Although I could sense that they already let go their characters as Kai and Third at the very last seconds of the series, it was quite entertaining and enjoyable. There are also other kissing scenes that I would love to add in here, but those would be in another video. Personally, I prefer those kissing scenes that's only subtle and not going wild. I believe that there are many types of kisses, but the most important kiss is the one that respects your partner. If you want to support this channel, you can check my Patreon account on the link below. Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.